Šis ir Pieci.
CV studijā mums ir īpašs ciemiņš James Morrison. Kas ir?
Wrong one.
Oh my God. Really? Is it the wrong one? Good morning, James.
Good morning.
Good morning. This James Morrison has like 20 million hits on YouTube.
I know. Well, when he came to Australia last time, we were both staying at the same hotel.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not kidding. And when we checked in, they got us mixed up. And when someone said, no, the James Morrison who just flew in from London, I'm not making this up, I had just flown in from London. Not him, even though he's from London. So they got us backwards. It was really interesting. I mean, I was hoping that would mean when I went to my room, maybe there's some people waiting there, you know.
How many popular James Morrisons apart from you two, you know?
I don't know. I mean, there could be a lot of us. I think what would be really funny, we've talked about it. I mean, his management and mine talked about maybe on one of his concerts or on one of my concerts, the other one just walks on.
and maybe he plays a bit trumpet or something like that.
Yeah, I don't think so. But that's okay, because my singing is probably as good as his trumpet playing.
Yeah, but he could use your trumpet playing.
True.
Probably.
Of course.
Probably.
Yeah.
You wrote on Facebook, I'm in Riga and it's so cold that the valves of my trumpet freeze if I leave the horn outside for more than 10 minutes.
It's true.
I'm sorry, but I have to break the news. This is not cold. It's gonna
People keep saying that.
It's gonna get colder during the weekend.
No, it's not true. This is cold. When I left Sydney last Sunday, it was 38 degrees. All right, so this is definitely cold.
Are you a morning person?
No, I'm a musician. What kind of question is that? I mean,
it's 8:45 and you look absolutely marvelous.
That's because it's not 8:45 for me. It's drive time now. It's 5 in the afternoon, 6 in the evening. You know, I'm awake. But no. The only time I see the morning really early is if I'm still up from the night before.
Okay. But when did you first fall in love with your instrument, the trumpet? As far as I know, you started with a different instrument back in the childhood.
Well, I started on the piano and then started playing the cornet. Which, brass band instruments, so playing in brass band.
And in your family, I guess people played, your relatives, they played a lot of instruments.
Not too many of them. I mean, my mother plays saxophone and piano. My brother and sister are both musicians. But Dad doesn't play, no. Dad flies planes, can't play. Mum is musical, but she can't get in a plane. And we figured all three kids, myself, my brother, my sister, all fly planes and all play music, which is great. But what if we got Dad's music and Mum's aeroplane? None of us could do anything. It got the right way round.
Okay. Tell to our listeners, what are you doing here?
They made me come.
Is this?
They said it's early. You have to go to the radio.
No. But is this the first time you're here in Latvia?
No, I've been here in Latvia twice before, both in 2005. So it's been a long time. Yeah, I played in Rigas Ritmi in 2005, and then I came back later that year with the Czech Symphony Orchestra.
Okay.
So it's nice to be back.
And this project, Māra Baltikum, what is it? What you gonna play?
Well,
what's the plan?
The plan is to take a whole bunch of Latvian folk songs. I mean, really traditional folk songs.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I have rearranged them for big band, like in a jazz style. Some of them are funky. There's some samba, some bossa nova, some of these folk songs, which is really weird because I don't know these songs. I mean, I just got the music and went, okay. And I think it would be really interesting for the people to hear them because they know them so well, but a particular way. And I can guarantee it's not going to be the usual way.
Uldis here told us that during one of the rehearsals you were telling that you were Googling some Latvian traditional folk songs before you came here, and what you saw was a lot of people with strange hats singing.
This is true, yeah. I wonder how this song goes. I wonder if what I wanted to know is, do a lot of people know this song? Yeah, and you Google it, and there are thousands of people all with funny hats singing the songs. Sometimes they're all like linked arms and moving. I'm thinking, what is this? So there's a lot of people in Latvia who know folk songs.
our big song festival. You definitely have heard about it. We have our song festival from time to time during the summertime. And last summer, 15,400 singers were on the stage.
Right.
Well, you were doing something big as well. 2 years ago, you conducted the world's biggest orchestra consisting of 7,224 people.
Yes.
It's like half of our singing contest, but singing festival. But tell us how this project came along. Do you have a Guinness record, like
Yes,
a certificate?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's a Guinness record. I mean, the hardest thing when you think, let's get a whole lot of people to play. Then I'm sitting there saying this to this people I work with at a Queensland music festival, and I'm the artistic director. I said, let's have the world's biggest orchestra. And we're going, it'll be great. And then someone at the table said, how many cello players do you think there will be? I said, I don't know, maybe 1,000, which there were nearly 1,000. And someone said, what do we do with 1,000 cello cases? And you don't think about that. I mean, singers, you can just all arrive, right? But suddenly we realized, have you ever seen 1,000 cello cases? We didn't. And when 63 guys turned up with timpani to play timpani, I mean, it's just crazy, the logistics of trying to set that up. But it was an incredible sound. It was amazing. I mean, to be standing in amongst 7,000 people, all with instruments playing, and when all the timpani hit together, you hear it.
They could, go together, or was it in the beginning,
In the beginning, it was a bit remember, they're drummers, right? We can't expect too much.
Yeah, sure. But I was thinking, you were definitely far away from the orchestra yourself, and
yes,
and then there's always something like a half-second delay.
Yeah.
for everything.
Yeah. We did a medley, right? Three songs together.
Okay.
We did Waltzing Matilda, which of course is an Australian folk song. Then we did a little bit of Bach. We did the what's it called? The Ode to Joy.
Okay.
And then we finished off with Queen's We Will Rock You.
Wow.
And when everyone goes boom cha, with 7,000 people, it's mad. Yeah, it's great. But yeah, some timing things to start with. But, we pulled it together because they have the people from Guinness come and watch to make sure it's proper, it works, otherwise you don't get the record.
Yeah.
You can't just make a noise, but it all worked. It was very exciting.
Cool. You have done some radio in your life as well. One of the most interesting things I have read about you have done back in 1994, you did a show for Qantas Airways for an airline company.
I still do that.
I
still do it.
It's for me as a radio person who's on air every day. This sounds like a really painful. If you want to listen a new show, you have to book your ticket.
Yes, you have to book a ticket and go flying. Yeah,
to get in flight. Is this how it works?
Yeah. It's when you're in flight, and you can choose different radio channels to listen to. I had this idea maybe to make more people fly on Qantas that I play most of the song and then just before the really good bit at the end I stop it and I say, to hear the rest of this song you have to catch another flight next month. But no, I've been doing that for many years. It's a jazz channel on the Qantas, and it's great fun. Well, you know what it's like.
Back in 2000, you played at the opening of Olympic Games happening back in Sydney. Let me play a bit from how.
G'day to the world. The fanfare from James Morrison.
Is this the biggest thing you have ever been involved in during your lifetime?
Sure, that's the biggest audience. I mean, there were 100,000 people in the stadium, but they said there were 1 billion people watching around the world. And I
remember what I did.
Yeah, I'm thinking 1 billion people. You don't get that many in most jazz clubs. But that was what. Do you know they didn't actually ask me to play the fanfare in the first place? They asked me to write the fanfare. I was asked to compose it.
Wow.
So when I'm writing, I started with this single high trumpet, really high. That's what I wrote. And then I said to them, now we need to get somebody to do that. It's one way to get a gig.
When I did listen to the recording from the opening of Sydney Olympics, I just remember the last Baz Luhrmann movie, his version of Great Gatsby.
Yep.
And there's a trumpeter in the movie. Mm-hmm. And I think he plays actually the same thing you played. Have you checked that?
I haven't checked that. No.
You haven't seen Greg Asby?
I have, but I don't recall the bit you're talking about.
There was this trumpeter from
Okay. But I saw the movie on a plane. And there's a special thing about seeing a movie on a plane. There are bits that you miss. I bet I missed that bit when they come with the food.
Yeah.
You know, you take the headphones off and talk, and then you go back. I probably was getting my main course while the trumpeter was playing.
Well, getting back to Australia, definitely check out. I think it's around 25th minute or something. But
Thank you.
But I think the Buzz has actually made like quotation of your work in his work. But what's the coolest Australian stars you have worked with? Have you ever met Kylie?
I have met Kylie, yeah. Wow, coolest Australian stars. Hugh Jackman. I've met and done some things with Elle Macpherson too. That's kind of nice. And who else? Lots of people. Well, the biggest Australian star that I've spent the most time with is my wife. Because I met her in 1987 when she was Miss Australia. Judy Green, and
you're lucky. Sorry,
that was cool.
Sorry for this, but you're lucky bastard.
Yeah, I know. You know, but mainly I'm lucky because I play trombone. I mean, that's like obviously the main thing. Wouldn't you? You know, agree?
You have worked with in your biography. There is. It is being said you have worked with Frank Sinatra. Mm-hmm. How can it be? No one has worked with Frankie. For my generation, he's kind of a fairy tale character like Asterix or Mickey Mouse. How dare you to work with Frank
I have
Sinatra?
to tell you, when I first met Frank, they said, Mr. Sinatra will arrive in a moment. Stand here, you will meet him. And I'm thinking, okay. So I'm waiting. And it's outside. I'm outside at the back of this big place where we're going to play.
Let me guess, it's in the 70s.
No, it's later than that. This is 80s.
Okay.
Anyway, these 5 white stretched Cadillacs drive in to where I'm standing, and I'm thinking, this is Frank. And all these guys get out, and then the limos drive away. That's the limos for the bodyguards, right? They form a circle, and then the helicopter comes in and lands, and Frank gets out, and they said, he's just flown over from Mr. Brando's boat. And I said, of course he has. It was great.
Awesome. And what did you do together?
It was the opening of a big new thing in Australia called Sanctuary Cove, this incredible place. And on that one night, here's who was on. Frank Sinatra, Whitney Houston, Peter Allen. This is all on the one concert. James Morrison. I mean, wow.
Cool.
Yeah, it was crazy.
What's in the future for you? You have
Latvian folk songs.
Latvian folk songs. That's this weekend. But next year. Any big plans for 2015?
Lots of stuff. There's always lots of stuff going on. The biggest thing at the moment for me is I just opened a music school.
Ooh.
I started an academy, a university in South Australia. So, yeah, I have lots to do because I have a really big, building and like teachers and everything, and it all sounds great. And then they suddenly said to me, "Okay, organize it, make it work." So, I'm really busy with that at the moment, and I think we're going to have some students from all over the world. Hopefully, some from Latvia.
Okay, we have a pair of tickets to give away to our listeners. Mm-hmm. You're gonna play a gig at 7:30 tomorrow at Congress Hall.
7:30, is it?
In Riga. It's 7:30.
Oh, that's good. Thank you for that. I was going to start at 8. Okay, 7:30. I'll come early.
7.
7.
It's 7. Okay.
7. Let's start even earlier.
I was at 6:30.
Don't come at 7:30. You'll miss some of the songs.
Okay. I'm sorry. It's 7. It's 7 o'clock. What we're gonna do? As Aldous is playing in a big band, the orchestra.
Yeah.
You two both together. You will play a tune, and then the listeners will send me a text, and they will try to guess what kind of tune it is. Which tune are you playing?
Okay.
And I will explain it in Latvian as well. Tad Latvijas radio Big Bands un James Morrisons programmas Māra Baltikuma pirmatskaņojums jau rīt pulksten 19. Rīgas kongresa namā. Jums ir iespēja tikt pie 2 biļetēm šo koncertu. Viss, kas jums ir jāizdara, jums tūlīt ir jāuzmina tautas dziesma, kuru nospēlēs James kopā ar Uldi, jo Uldis arī spēlē Big Bandā. Tas arī ir viens no iemesliem, kāpēc James Morrisons šorīt ir šeit. Un visbeidzot, tad, kad jūs esat uzminējuši to, kas tā ir pa melodiju, tad pareizo atbildi kopā ar savu vārdu lūdzu rakstiet uz 20205500 uz mūsu jauko SMS numuru 20205500. Are you ready? Are you ready, guys?
Okay. 2 bars. 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 2, 3, 3.
It's actually a hard one. I think
You think so?
I think so.
Waltzing Matilda, that was easy.
Kādu latviešu tautas dziesmu nu pat Uldis ar James Morrisonu nospēlēja studijā? Šāds ir jautājums 202-205-500. Sotiet droši izziņas un pavisam drīz mēs noskaidrosim, kurš no jums tiks pie ielūgumiem uz rītvakar, 19. uz Rīgas kongresa namu uz Latvijas radio Big Band un James Morrison programmas Māra Baltikum koncerta. Pirmatskaņojumi, James, it's a pleasure to meet you and thank you very much for waking up earlier and coming here for this interview and see you around and I can't wait for a gig tomorrow.
Gonna be great fun.
See you. Bye.
See ya.
Tu klausies 5 LV.